It's still full day, your late night show on Signature TV. And we are talking about the conference that is coming on Saturday, where we are expecting thousands of youths to come together and talk about how we can raise a new generation of youths. And I've been joined now by Agonsi Uche Kuntash, who is the chairman planning committee of the conference. Thank you, Uche, for coming.
Thank you so much, sir.
Tell us about this conference. I mean, Ikenna has talked about, the thought behind it. What drove a number of young men like you and him to, start this movement? Tell me specifically about Saturday the 26th. What are we expecting? What is going to happen?
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Like on Saturday 26th, we are gathering close to 600 youths in one venue, and it's not easy to manage them. But we've developed over this years a mechanism of managing them. Like what we're doing, that theme of this year is to produce the total leader. Like our name implies, transformational leaders movement. We don't want to raise leaders alone. We want to raise transformed leaders, because only a transformed leader can transform society. Like this thing, we've done it for past 4 years. It started before obedient movement. So we saw that Nigeria, a new Nigeria is possible. So we started on our own, started gathering youths. We've gotten a lot of mentors behind us, like Chief Pete Edochie, is our grand patron. We have Pastor Norbert Onaga, who is in Netherlands. Is part of it. We have Belisa. We've built a lot of board of trustees who equally helps us in running mentorship for these young men. Now we had a lot of challenges. So this year is more modified, because this year we're taking it to International Conference Center, which is now bigger and has a bigger capacity to accommodate the young people. Like this year, we want to touch the 4 areas of life that helps the youth to stand better. We want to talk about the emotional essence of their life, because we've found out that a lot of suicide is going on. People have given up. Some people don't even believe in relationship anymore. You miss young people, you ask them, say, I don't believe in love, I don't believe in relationships. So a lot of relationship is dying, and most of our legacies are being swept under the carpet. We are not only raising political leaders, we are raising total leaders. Like in entertainment industry, we look for the best who are succeeded in that area to come and help us groom them. In business, we look for real people who has really succeeded in the business to come and help train them. So it's not something we are doing alone. We are collaborating with experts in that field who now comes. And some of our sections are like fire chats, where we now bring experts in that field. You to have the audience to ask them direct questions, and they will answer. And at the end of the day, mentorship is being built so that can continue after the program.
Let me ask how you choose your mentors. Is there a process? Is there a scientific process that makes it possible for you to choose mentors who understand the story you're telling, who understand the vision and the mission of building total leaders? How do you choose your mentor? Is it just because somebody has succeeded in making a lot of money, or is it that because you see the trajectory and the journey and the road this person has traveled? How do you identify the mentors who would mentor these young people?
Thank you so much for that question. And like when you come to entertainment industry, I was there. I joined movie industry way back 2000 to 2003. I have been in the process. We saw a lot of scandals that goes on. But someone like Peter Edochie, you can't record a scandal against his name. So we looked at him, we took time, we met him. He has mentored me, and I saw his impact in my life. I survived the industry because of some of the few things he told me. So now we met him. We said, sir, you are an advocate of good behavior, good deeds. This is what we are doing. We want you to be our grand patron. We signed an agreement with him. We have a video section where he was talking to the youth. He shared some of his life stories. Most people don't know he lives in Enugu. Most people didn't know he worked in broadcasting industry before he joined movie industry. So some of his stories and some of the things he has working from the north until he got into broadcasting to railway. When youth hear those stories, it inspires them. So that this man has a story. And when it comes to education, like we choose Mrs. Melissa Chukwu, she pioneered the Pinecrest School, and now she has built one of the thriving schools in Anambra. So we now watch how she was able to survive that trend before we cannot bring you on board and say you're going to be a mentor. It's not because of the amount of wealth you gather. Like this year's selection, so you know I have known you for a very long time, and you're one of the speakers. And we didn't choose because of your name, but we choose because of the legacies you left behind. Industries you have been in, you always stand out. You build so many things, you've done things in the past. So we invited you not because you now had a television, but this is a dream you had over 25 years ago, and today you've come to pass. So when youth ask you things like broadcasting, how do I survive the water? You can talk to them by closing your eyes. You can talk to them from the tip of your finger. It's not something you now say, let me go and search from this book, let me go and read this book and now talk to you. So in selecting our mentors, look for the people who have survived in that field that the youth want to get into. And then we now ask them, please come and help us. Because one thing in this nation is succession. You can be a good leader, but whoever takes over from you can destroy all you have built for these years. So in that mentorship, we look for people who have done well in that field. Now come and mentor these thriving young men who wants to aspire to be like you. Now show them the tricks, the roads, so they can now walk and go far. Because one other day says, if you want to go far, you stand with the shoulder of people that's gone ahead of you to go far.
I did ask Iken what the challenges are. But the challenge I'm going to ask you about is, what are the challenges of organizing a conference like this? Ikenna told us that, look, yes, we have mentors who are identified, but unfortunately, a lot of them are not bringing money. So what are the challenges you have? Of course, I know you have the challenges of finance. What are the other challenges that you have in organizing, in putting together thousands of youths over these past 4 years? What challenges are there? What are the roadblocks?
Yeah, I can tell you the challenges by even closing my eye, because I've been the chairman. I know sometimes we have sleepless nights. The major one is finance, because one thing about youth is the youth of today, one of our challenges with them is quick fix. They want it done now. They don't want to go through the process. They want finished products. And sometimes when you invite them to come and learn, they now ask you, what is in for me? Like this year, we are gathering youths, we are feeding them, registration is free. They are not paying anything. At the same time, some of them are even asking, what are you giving us to go home with? Apart from the knowledge they've gathered, they've gotten. And sometimes some of this program is self-sponsored. Me and my friends and colleagues who are in the professional leaders movement, we contribute our own money, secure the hall, sometimes invite some of the guests, book a hotel for them. You know, it's not easy to feed 600 youths, and we're not feeding them with tea. We're giving them solid food, because don't expect you that will come to the conference by 9 o'clock and the program closes by 5 and you give them meat pie. They invite.
Is it that you have not been reaching out to individuals, maybe philanthropic individuals? You've not been reaching out to government? You've not been reaching out to organizations for sponsorship? Why, after 4 years, you're still the one funding it from your pockets?
Yeah, there is one challenge we had one day. We met a man, we know he's well-to-do, and he has an estate. We wrote to him, explained this vision. He said, there's hunger in the land. Why are you training them? Just give them money to start up something. I said, sir, we've tried that. We found that when you give them that, they will finish it and come back. But when you teach them the process of sustaining it, it will last.
When you prepare them.
When you prepare them, when you groom them.
Just like when you're planting.
Yes.
And you need to prepare the soil.
Yes. That was how we came with this Igbo system of one boy. We now told him that or God doesn't take one boy from his father's house and give him money to start up business, he will squander that money. Because we discovered 100,000 in the hand of one boy who has served a master, and 100,000 in the hand of a young man that just graduated from university with first class. They don't produce the same results. The other guy has learned financial management. He has learned how to grow wealth. Well, this one just
he has seen his Oga manage.
Yes, he knows that every 1 naira you remove for 1 million is not 1 million. It's 900 and. But other people, they will just, the money is there. Only for them to turn around and say somebody stole my money. Nobody stole your money. You've been spending it. So that's the mystery. So sometimes our people don't invest until they start seeing results. We visit the government, we've done all those things. Sometimes people will be promising you till the end of the program. They say, we could have come here. Now some people even make verbal promise. We'll give you 100,000. At the end of the day, they won't even bring the money. You know, sometimes people even ask them, why don't you put your logo? And sometimes when people, elections start coming closer now, they start looking for youths. Some of them will not approach us. Hey, there are those youths you will be doing to do elections. That's not what we're doing.
That's not your style.
No, that's not our style of gather people that come and vote for you. No. Let's train these people so that in future they will preserve the legacy that we've taught them.
Okay. Specifics once again. What time are we expecting participants to be at this conference? And how long is the conference? And what are the different segments of the conference on Saturday?
Okay, we tend to start by 9. So we just start from 9 to 9:30. So from 9:30 we'll do the casting of the vision, telling the young people why the conference is what it should be. From 10 o'clock, the first speaker starts in. We can have about 6 speakers. So we're going to talk about 6 different aspects of life. We're going to talk about mental health. Because we've discovered a lot of young men are into drugs. Some even break the sock away and inhale. Some parents have tried, and that's not like a menace. We have experts who need to talk to them. We are usually coming on mentorship. You know, that word mentors are bastardized. Today, young men are messed up in the hand of so-called mentor. We've discovered that people now gather young men and say, I want to mentor them, only to use them as slave.
Or teach them how to do 419.
Or sometimes I use this word. The mentor now are their tormentors.
Oh, great.
So
I like that one.
So some of those things, chaotic disorder, we want to teach them. How do you discover the right mentor? Like one of the things you're going to learn is that any man that is afraid of your success can never mentor you. Because the joy of a father is that the son should become greater than him. But today we'll find out that when you see opportunities from a young growing man, you won't allow him. You want him to always be a servant. You don't want him to grow to be a leader. And you can't be a good mentor. I met a lecturer who was lecturing in school. And he doesn't teach the student his skill. He said, this is my style. I want to hide it. I met him and said, sir, you are destroying this student. If you want to keep your style, stop lecturing. Keep your style. Start doing studio practice. But if you want to be a lecturer, they are paying your school fees for you to teach them that thing that produce you. So that man is associating them. That man can be a good mentor. So we now want to show them the dangers of being in the wrong mentorship. Things how to discover the right mentor. These are some of the things that we will learn there. We're going to do a fire chat where they will not ask questions with men who have succeeded in that field they know. A lot of them I want to go into entertainment because of this social media thing, TikTok. Most of them wants to do, I want to join, I want to act movie. And sometimes you see some people don't even know how to appear before the camera. They'll be looking at the camera. Some don't even know how to do the script management. So that's where we'll now bring experts in that entertainment who will now teach them. Because some of these things that they monetize, if they want to learn, some people will be calling them millions of naira. But want to, because one day, as we are going, if government will start sponsoring us or individuals start adding weight to what we are doing, some of these programs should not be one day. It should be like 4 days because you can't finish all this I'm saying in one full day. That's why the program is starting from 9 and it's ending by 5. We are trying as much as we can to squeeze in program to help them to have a bite of the things we are keeping for them.
So after your conferences, is there a way you reduce them into literature, like a book? Let's say the conference of 2024. You have it in a book, reduced to a book, where if I want to know what happened in 2024, I can either go online or I could have a hard copy. Do you have things like that, or is this something you're looking forward to doing?
Yes, it's something we're looking forward to do because we have a program content director. I know to do all those things, you need documentaries. Like sometimes most of the photographers will trend. When you now ask them, please help me come and cover this program, they say, what is it for us? And some of them will be asking you, give me as much as 100,000, 200,000. They are not the one bringing camera. You have the camera. Just show your professionalism. You taught them free,
Is
but
it
they
that
want to
they
monetize.
don't understand, you know, the vision or the mission of what you're doing?
You know,
Or
sometimes
is
it's
it that
hard.
they don't have a buy-in? They don't understand what's going on?
You know, in this society, people tell you the level of poverty. That will I eat by doing free work every training these young men. What is, because some of them that joined us earlier thought something will start coming out by now. Some of them are even left. They thought when we start, government will hear us, they'll start giving us funds, they'll start sharing. So now this is not coming. And you know, the strength of vision is the ability to cut the vision. Vision sustains you. One day the vision will start feeding you if you can hold on to it. So some of them along the line has fallen off. Some are still holding on, believing that this thing will not achieve in one day. So in line with what you said, is something you want to do in the future. So at the end of the day, somebody can go through the archive and say, okay, this is how we started, this is where we are, this is where we are going.
Finally, if I'm a youth and I'm coming to the conference on the 26th, at the end of it, what would you say is what I'm taking away?
Yeah, I like the question because one thing, the picture I've always had in my mind on this conference, because I know the speakers that are coming, I've engaged with them. They're not people that are going to come that and tell you, according to John Maxwell, slide 52, John Maxwell said, not I have experienced it. They're not that kind of speaker. They are coming to share their life experience. Like last year, Nane Boy was on the show. When he stood up and shared his own life story, the youth went, let me use this word, mad. Because they saw a man who has a real life story they can reach, they can handle, they can feel. So you mean, there's this young guy we brought, Chiboza Abana. The guy is an example of a failure. He so failed that even failed people, poverty people, are using him as an example. But today the guy has succeeded. He's one of the people that are going to appear in Big Brother's show. But the guy, when he now tells them his story, I borrowed money,
turned his life around.
in school I failed, in primary school I failed, secondary school I failed, even in university they had to do what we call mass graduation for him. So he looks like a write-off. But along the line something happened because he attached himself to a mentor who really mentored him. Today now the guy controls millions. And when he tells the youth his story, we always want the youth, they feel inspired. They feel there's hope for them. Because some youths coming to this conference have been damaged by parents, damaged by society. You see a young girl, parents will tell her, you are nothing, you won't amount to anything. And the next thing that will come into our mind is, let me just join people in the streets. And sometimes we go on street and do interview. You find most of them that are there feel betrayed. Some of them don't even have that self-worth.
So it's like a rescue mission.
It's a rescue mission. So if they come for this conference, they will go home a transformed leader, but not totally, because it will happen in one day.
Agonsi, Uche, Kuntash, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you and your colleagues the best.
Thank you,
and
sir.
some of us will be joining you. We look forward to sharing our stories and hoping that the young ones that you're going to bring will learn one thing or the other.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, sir.
And a big invitation to you, if you're watching, that you are expected to come, even if you're not a youth, come and support. The event is happening at the brand new International Conference Center in Enugu, and it's on Saturday, and kickoff time is 9 a.m. Don't go away, our show continues in a moment when we talk about Development as Attitude, a book by Professor Obu. Don't go away.